Okay, hold on. So I just came across this story about this kid who sees another kid in the hallway who's wearing a pro ice shirt, and then I guess this big fat kid here.
I
We'll
don't know what's
see.
crazy about this.
Yeah, I'm going to punch you in the face.
You're gonna punch me?
Yes.
And you're gonna get in trouble for that.
Okay.
Come on.
And it's because he supports ICE at whatever high school this is. And all of a sudden I'm like realizing you know what, actually we are facing a civil war, because I'm reading the comments. 120 whatever thousand views in 8 hours from this fucking weirdo here. And all they've proved is that they're insane people. They cannot be reasoned with, and they act violent when they don't agree with something. And all the that was my comment. That's what I said. And then they're like, bullies always surprised when people fight back. You can't act in violence simply because you don't like what you read on somebody's shirt or what they said or whatever. Unless they're doing what this kid just did, which is fucking attack somebody. I'm gonna cuss. Sorry. No, I'm not a toddler. I'm not a toddler, so it's might be cussing on this channel sometimes. I say that because I always worry my parents will listen in on my stuff, and they're like, "Oh, you can't talk like that." I'm pissed off right now reading these comments. Mega finding out trolling in real life hits different. Trolling in real. No, these people are just insane. Like, why are you fighting ICE to begin with? You freaking weirdos! Like, their whole premise is just insanity. You're gonna get in trouble for that. What a little wimp. No, we actually might have to fight these people, turns out. With their 100, they got 121,000 views in 8 hours from whoever the heck this weirdo is. And I pray to God these are bots, because I don't see anyone in here with any sense of logic about them. It's time we go after all Nazis. What is going on? What is going on? This guy didn't attack anybody. The guy recording, all he was doing was saying he was pro-ICE. Pro-ICE schmuck Fafo. So they've got all of high school, guys. I'm not even gonna play this guy because he's too annoying to hear speak. But it looks like they've got all of this high school under their spell, because everybody in the school is like, "Oh wow, I can't believe you're wearing that," you know. And then this kid just takes it upon himself to punch somebody for their opinion. Because that is freedom, guys. That's not fascism at all. Oh, that's not fascism at all. I'm gonna leave that. That's not fascist at all. Just punch people you don't like. Right. Got it. Yeah, we actually are gonna have to we're gonna have to fucking fight these people, I guess. And they're like children too. Like that is the fucked up part. They're little kids right now, and in a year they're just gonna be 18 and 19 or something, and then they're gonna be into their little clique of psychopaths on the left wing who find hard work and logic to be a challenge in their life. So, you know, make shit up and create problems that don't exist. And, you know, I was reading something like women have like 413 group study things going for them, and there's zero counterparts for men. Like, if you were, you know, to have a mirrored image for men, those studies just don't exist. So, I mean, I'm just using that as an example of like how we're probably wasting insane amounts of money on God knows what. And none of it benefits the men that actually pull all the weight around this planet. do it. And then now we got the whole, they took our children and indoctrinated them. Now they think we're Nazis. They think people with common sense and wisdom are Nazis. And of course, I clicked through it for a second of the video, and there's some anti-Semitism thing talking about something about, oh, they're coming after Jews, concentration camps. They're building concentration camps. And I'm like, well, you know what, guys? Hold on a second. Put up. You know what? I mean, maybe there's something to it. Like, call me crazy. But you tell me what's going on here. It's my other alias on another channel on Facebook. We find a lot of helicopter stuff on that one. It's a mirror. It's a mirror of this channel. That's why I don't care if you see it. I promote them between each other. They're linked between each other. Anyhow, we might actually have to fight these psychopaths. If I mean,
So every single movement
it's not
in history
gonna be me.
needed.
I have work tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a normal human being, but I fear that this is going to become an issue in the near future somehow because of like how much popularity this kid got for being a douchebag. Like, the left wing thinks this is good.
I don't know what's crazy about this.
Yeah, I'm going to punch you in the face.
You're gonna punch me?
Yes.
And you're gonna get in trouble for that.
Okay.
Come on, bro. Come on. Not all heroes wear capes. Look at this one more
We're
time.
celebrating this.
I don't know what's crazy about this.
Yeah, I'm
But I
going
mean,
to
what's
punch
new, right?
You're gonna punch me?
Yes.
And you're gonna get in trouble for that.
Okay.
Like, he powered up his
He
fist or
does like
something.
a little
like,
clap
oh, I'm
before he
charged
does
up.
it. He goes, okay. And then he fucking launches, okay?
Like, this guy, hey, look
at
at
this.
him. He-
People are
like,
making
what was
stuff like
that?
this.
Like, what was
And
this
then he fucking
imitation of throwing a
launched.
punch?
He does like
Let's
a
see that
little
again.
clap before he does it.
Let
He
me
goes,
play that
okay.
back one more time. What, okay, you're gonna break your thumb there, guy. What are you doing? They don't know how to punch. Like, if he look at how he's holding his thumb over his finger here. You'd want it under your fingers here, so you don't crush it when you make contact with whoever you punched. So this guy was probably raised by females. Let's keep it 100. I know nothing about this guy, but I've already guessed he is probably have some massive female influence. His mom was probably super liberal. His dad probably either didn't exist or was like super, yes ma'am, whatever you say, wife. One of those, you know. No spine. Never said no. Never stood up. Never told her to shut up. Happy wife, happy life. Look where that got us, everybody. Men. I mean, I can't speak to women. They're doing great. They control 85% of all spending. And people think I just make this stuff up. Look, 85% of... you'll see it in my searches because I'm like, yeah, the statistics are in. And the report card's not looking good. Yeah, let's see, 85% of all spending. Well, oh, look, AI says, look, I wasn't even trying to be biased. I left it open-ended. Women account for approximately 85% of all consumer spending and purchases. Decisions they make. They make all the decisions, you guys. Women control 85% of all the money spent. That is 70% of men's income if we made all things equal. And 100% of their income somehow. It'd be 170% of an average woman's income. To control that much. I mean, I know I'm being like, I'm just ballparking because there's like billionaire men out there. There's probably a lot more really, really super rich men. So we'd have to do a little math adjusting there, but like just guessing off of like this 15% left for men to decide on what the money gets spent on. Women control 85% of consumer spending, including major items like what car you drive, men. She had an 85% influence on the car you decided to drive at some point in your life. Well, I mean, if there's a woman in your life, healthcare, banking, girl power, a lot of the stuff we don't even want. Like, I was thinking about how ridiculous my car insurance is, that when it's time to pay out, I mean, I'm paying more a year than what they'll ever pay me for it if I crash the thing. So it's just it's a little asinine. And all these statistics will just pop up if you look for them. Like, who ends relationships? Women initiate 70 to 90% of all divorces. You can just go in the middle. I go with 85. It's not universally cited, blah, blah, whatever. I go in the middle. Like, I just aim right in the middle, and I'm just say 85%. Because the 90% is if she went to college or not. So if she's like a high school dropout, you actually have a better shot with the high school dropout than you do with the college girl. Now I don't date educated women, you guys, because I've been married. And I've dated, I don't know, a dozen women. For long term, like, you know, more than one date. You know, I'm talking like long term, live together, spent years together. I would say long term is any time I dated for more than a year, or if it was like a year or longer in that time frame. And there were a lot of liberal women. A lot of them. I mean, there still are. I didn't know how much of a problem. Sorry. Did not know how much of a problem that was until I got older. But now I just know I won't date liberal women. Like, just don't. Just don't. Don't do it. Yeah, 85% of what haven't we looked at? Youth inmates. People think I make these numbers up. You know why people think I make the numbers up? Because 85% comes up a lot. One. So they think I'm just pulling that number out of my ass when I'm not. It's literally just 85%. That's how freaking bad things are. Come out of the single mother homes. And when I just went over how 85% or whatever to 90% of divorce is her leaving him. So it's not men who are being loyal to the relationship and the children. It's her running away from the relationship with his children, their children. Notice how people will pipe up if I say his children. When we say her children, everybody claps. But if we are to say when she runs away with his children so that she can throw him under the bus to everybody and call him a deadbeat and blah, 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 whatever, yeah. Whatever she got to say about him to make her, to take attention away from, like, hey, why did you just run off from this perfectly good man? Like, was he beating you? And, you know, maybe sometimes they'll make up stuff. I saw it happen. I saw it happen and destroy a young man's future before he could even correct, you know, before he even went through the justice system. Because he was a pilot. He was gonna be a pilot. But as soon as those allegations came up against him, which later got dismissed, as soon as it came up, he's done. He's cooked. He's kicked from, you know, the school that he paid a lot of money. It's a prestigious school, hard to get into. All that because some woman that he was dating got into her feelings I think it was because he wanted to break up with her because she was crazy. I think that was really it. And I'd seen her go crazy a few times. And she pretended to hurt herself is what she did. And then called the police and said it was him. And the police just, back then it was just automatic. You're the bad guy. She said so. Goes in cuffs. And, later I remember testifying, at least, to the police saying, I've seen her. I saw her hurt herself on purpose. Which was true. She was one of those very dramatic relationship women. It's just once a month, just going nuts. And I've dated a few like that. We probably all, as soon as I said once a month, you were probably all like, yeah. And then some of them are just really not able to control themselves. They're big toddlers. Big ones. Emotionally out of control, can't be reasoned or logicked with. Why do I have to deal with this as an adult man? I'm 40 years old. I have to deal with a woman, a grown 150-pound woman that's acting up like a 5-year-old. Am I gonna have to put hands on this adult woman because she flies off the handle and gets physically violent? I've dealt with that so many different times. And I don't put hands back because I don't need to. I have moderate training in hand-to-hand combat, if you want to call it backyard combat. It's enough to handle any, average female unless she's trained in MMA or something. I'm just going to submit her and carefully, I'm just gonna grapple her and carefully until she runs out of energy and let her go. Like you would a toddler. Just think if it was like a small child. How would I handle a small child throwing a tantrum? And it's embarrassing for everyone here. I'm gonna have to hold you like this till you just get tired. And they're like, yeah, rah, rah, just go nuts like a child. And they say, rape, he's raping me or something. If I let you go, are you gonna behave? Why did you bring this into reality? I was not doing any of this. I was trying to not do any of this. But they'll force you. Some of these females. Can't even call them women anymore. My mom's a woman, I know women, but when 85% of them are not what your grandma was, they're just not, they're awful. This is such a terrible era for men trying to start a family. Forget about it. And then we got apparently, I bet it's even more. Let's see how many goes up. A quarter, not a quarter yet. In 16 hours, so it'll be 250,000. 1 million. It's going to be hitting 1 million views a day, probably. And I'm the only one that left reasonable comment. Y'all are acting crazy. Chill. This isn't something that it's time to go after all the Nazis. I feel my life as a disabled person is in danger with a psychopath in office. He needs to be removed. These people are calling for violence. They're point blank. And nobody seems to care in the government, so they're just letting this brew. I can't not believe they aren't hoping for a civil war, like Civil War 2.0. I have work to do. Why am I being drug into this ridiculousness, this clown show? I'll agree the left wing needs to be abolished as a terrorist organization. It's like I said, I'm a working professional, and I feel like they're going to ruin reality for everybody by starting a civil war or trying to. The camp sounds like literal medieval prison or jail. What camps, guys? Like, this is all like voodoo imagination in their heads. Like, where are these camps? I mean, this is awful. Nobody here has reason. I hope these are all bots. Like, let's check. Like, how long have these accounts been around? Sunny Girl, like, you can see if they're aged or not. 2 subscribers. They're from 13, so that's aged. This has subscribers from 15. 2020. So these are probably real accounts, I guess. Pathetic 3 subscribers. And of course they're all like probably weirdo question mark people that don't know what a woman is but want to tell us like how to be men and stuff like this. Like, these people, like, over it. I'm tired of supporting them. Like, I pay rent. This is the part they don't get. Like, I'm paying rent and my paycheck and in taxes. So that these people that say they're disabled, I bet they have legs. They're probably getting $3,000 a month for being like mentally not sure about what their penis does or something, you know. And now I gotta pay $3,600 a month in taxes so that they can not work. These people are parasitic, and they'll kill us and then wonder why everything goes to hell when we're gone. Is that where we're at? Because this is what I'm reading in the thousands of comments in the last 8 hours here. Nobody here has an ounce of reason. I can already hear the right wing crying over this. Yeah, because y'all are insane. The left is glorifying violence against children. Yeah, it is. And then they laugh about it like it's just a joke. No, this is why I don't want my kid in a public school system, or any school system really, but so they can go and get punched for having an opinion by some left wing. It's not right wing people punching people, guys, is it? Like, they're really they're showing who they are here. You should still not. Here's the one voice of reason. Let's be realistic. You can't screw people over and unalive their families and expect them not to retaliate. So what are they talking about? People's families aren't getting unalived. And this guy certainly in the video didn't unalive anybody, or he would actually probably be in prison being held accountable. We would imagine that, yeah? I'll agree with that. That would be in reality land. These people aren't in reality. This is kind of disgusting and terrifying that there's 100,000 people here, over 100,000 people in the last 8 hours on this one particular video. There's probably more. And not like, but one of them was slightly reasonable, not just flat out. Yeah, you can't tell high school students to start punching each other out because of their opinions, especially if you're a left wing and you see a right wing person. You gotta punch them. This is what we're dealing with. Look, like,
I support ICE.
That's crazy, bro.
I don't know what's crazy about this.
Yeah, I'm going to punch you.
Watch this. A student at a Chicago high school shouted, "I support ICE," during an anti-ICE protest. Another student responded, "I'm going to punch you," and the situation quickly escalated into a confrontation.
You're gonna punch me?
Yes.
And you're gonna get in trouble for that.
Okay.
I support ICE.
That's crazy.
I respect it. Still on business. I respect it. Dude obviously did that to trigger others. So, okay, so it's okay, everybody. If you get triggered, you can just start swinging. Well, I guess shit, I'm gonna bring a fucking bat next time I go out in public, and I'm just gonna swing on people that piss me off. Is this what the left wing is saying is okay? Because I can hit a ball 300 yards. That's all I care about in golf. I don't actually care about the game. I just like hitting the ball as far as I can hit it. It's about 300 yards. 300. That's exactly how you treat a Nazi. Okay. So law enforcement is just Nazi to them. Minimum baseline. Okay. We're cooked, guys. This is the next generation coming up, and they want us dead. If you have any kind of reason about you. Because I'm on board with what ICE is doing. And this is why I'm not going to have my kid going to school. Kid's not going to school. No. This is ridiculous. We need to fix our school systems. That's too late, though. They're just overrun by liberal ideology, and it's toxic, fruition. Here it is in your face. And I remember my dad talking about this coming, 30 years ago when I was little. And he would be watching the news and the papers and all this, and he would be like, "We're in trouble." He wasn't lying.